There is a generation right now that can more readily envision the end of the world than they can the end of capitalism. And they need to hear what Bob Avakian just spoke to about the potential for a radically different world in this world. They need to know that there's a real future worth fighting for. They need to debate and raise their sights to this. What difference would it make if all of those who are being shocked and jolted by Trump MAGA fascism were hearing this? If they were seeing their real interests, their deeper interests, not in thinking about what's good for America, but in recognizing their common humanity with the people of the world? What difference would it make if people were recognizing that fascism really could happen here, and it is happening? And what difference would it make if they were being driven to look at the roots of this fascism in the system itself, and to know how we can not just defeat it, but get to a whole different world? Well, this could make all the difference. That's why we're in the middle of a national campaign to get Bob Avakian's voice, his leadership, reaching millions. We're in the midst of a $10,000 drive to pay for online advertising and an on-the-ground grassroots movement to spread at Bob Avakian Official. And this $10,000 is just a small fraction of the scale of funding needed to get Avakian's voice in front of millions quickly, up against all the very well-funded politicians and media mouthpieces of this system that are trying to maintain the status quo. Look, let's be real. It's fucking dark right now. And there are millions who care about the people of Palestine, who see the humanity of our immigrant sisters and brothers, who don't want to be complicit in a fascist nightmare, but they don't see a way through. It's like you're in a dark room and the walls are closing in, but then someone hands you a flashlight to see the cracks in the walls, to show how you can escape. The leadership that Bob Avakian is providing right now is like that flashlight, so that we can see the weaknesses of this system, so we can see where the strengths of the people lie. And he's waging struggle with the thinking of people so that we can act on those strengths instead of all the bullshit ways of thinking of this system. A flashlight so that we can see, as Bob Avakian says in his New Year's message, that there is a profoundly positive way forward in the face of what are very real horrors. This won't be easy, but it is real. And it's not a mystery either. The leadership that Bob Avakian is providing is rooted in science. Well, what does that mean? Well, science means investigating reality, gathering evidence, identifying patterns, and then looking deeper at what gave rise to those patterns, and drawing conclusions about reality on that basis. I know people hear science and they think biology or ecology, chemistry or physics. Those are important fields of science, but you can also apply science to human society. And science enables you to look beneath the surface of this society, to understand why the world is so messed up, and to understand what can be done about it and how. Science helps you envision what doesn't exist, but what could actually be. That's what we just heard from Bob Avakian about what kind of world really is possible. And he's providing leadership based in this science. Bob Avakian came forward in the revolutionary upsurge of the 1960s, and he never backed down from what's needed for real revolution. He put himself to learning and building on the liberating accomplishments of previous revolutions, but also addressing the biggest problems of making revolution and confronting real errors. He's developed the new communism, a framework for bringing into being a society which is not just meeting people's needs, as absolutely essential as that is, but also unleashing debate, ferment, and a whole liberating transformation of the way that human beings relate to each other and to the planet. This is rare, and people need to know it. They need to seriously engage and debate it. When you have this kind of advanced revolutionary scientist who can see what other people don't see, who is enabling you to understand what we're up against and training you to take up that same scientific method so that you can lead others, well, you need to dig into it. You need to promote it so that others can find out about it. And donate funds so this can impact society at scale. While you're going deeper, figuring out what you agree with, thinking about and debating what he's raising, donate so that others can get in on this, so that these are the questions people are raising their sights to. Give $5, give $500, and ask others to give. In speaking about the period we're in right now, Bob Avakian recognized that radical change is coming one way or another. And he posed the question, will it be emancipating or enslaving? Will it be revolutionary or reactionary? And this is the question before us urgently. And these are the stakes of getting Bob Avakian's voice, vision, clarity, direction, and leadership before millions. Donate like the future depends on it, because it does.